Julian is an audio forensic archivist. He spends his days in a subterranean studio, pulling isolated voices from the damaged recordings of tragedies. To avoid the present, he anchors himself in the rhythmic clicking of a silver pocket watch, a machine he winds obsessively, yet never checks. His isolation is interrupted by his younger brother, Leo. Shivering and clutching an eviction notice, Leo arrives with a desperate plea for a loan to keep himself off the streets. Julian doesn't look up from his console. He presses a heavy tungsten blade into a strip of mylar tape, choosing the mechanical precision of a clean splice over the emotional risk of helping his brother. Julian sends Leo away empty-handed, returning to the broken histories of strangers. In this studio, the dead are a shield, providing a predictable environment where Julian can control every frequency, while his own life remains on mute. The studio's isolation is breached again, this time by Victor. He is a shadow broker, a man who moves in the high-stakes world of corporate secrets and redacted evidence. Victor places a scorched, melted reel on the desk. It is the cockpit voice recorder from Flight 714, the commuter plane crash that killed Julian's father 20 years ago. Victor offers $1 million for a single task. Julian must isolate and restore the final 3 minutes of audio captured on this charred magnetic tape. Julian accepts the job. The money will fix Leo's life, and the restoration offers something he's craved for 2 decades, the chance to hear his father's final words. As Victor leaves, a question remains. Flight 714 was officially closed as a mechanical failure years ago. A billionaire shadow broker paying a fortune to revisit the case suggests the official record is hiding a far more dangerous truth. Julian seeks help from his mentor, Silas, a blind sound engineer who navigates his workshop through the physical vibrations of ticking metronomes and humming machinery. Silas provides a dead zone frequency filter. It generates ultra-high frequency waves that shatter background noise, isolating human voices. But weaponizing acoustics pushes hardware to a breaking point, forcing a resonance that causes a total system overload. Back in his locked studio, Julian runs the tape through the filter. He expects to hear the roar of failing engines or the rush of the Atlantic. The static clears to reveal Victor's voice. He is giving a calm, authoritative command to ditch the plane, followed by the muffled pop of a suppressed gunshot. Victor didn't just witness the crash, he orchestrated it. Julian is now the owner of a recorded confession to mass murder. The archivist is no longer looking at history. He is holding a weapon against a man who kills to keep his secrets buried. Julian acts with cold efficiency. He uses his tungsten blade to splice a flawless digital copy of the audio for the authorities, while secretly corrupting the original reel with a layer of heavy masking static. He calls Leo and tells him to pack his bags. For a moment, it seems his technical skills have outmaneuvered Victor, securing both his brother's debt and their escape from the city. That illusion shatters when Julian returns to the main lobby. The studio door is torn off. His equipment is pulverized. The encrypted drive is crushed plastic. He finds Silas's shop reduced to a burning shell. His phone rings from a blocked number. It's Victor, and Julian can hear Leo's panicked breathing on the other end of the line. Victor issues an ultimatum. Bring the original, unedited analog tape to the abandoned Marconi broadcast tower by midnight, or Leo dies. The safety of the studio is gone. With his mentor dead and his digital backups destroyed, Julian is forced into a physical confrontation where his only remaining tool is the corrupted tape. At the top of the Marconi Tower, the midnight storm howls through rusted iron cables. Victor stands in the shadows of the massive industrial transmitters, holding a pistol to Leo's head. Julian must now make a definitive choice. He can keep the tape, the only proof of his father's murder, or surrender it to save the brother he nearly turned away. Julian stops winding his pocket watch. He looks at Leo, whispers that he loves him, and slides the reel across the floor. He is sacrificing the past to protect the living. Victor moves to the tower's industrial playback deck. To ensure the tape hasn't been wiped, he threads the mylar through the heads and routes the audio directly into the tower's colossal broadcast speakers. Julian anticipated the verification. Before arriving, he used Silas's equipment to record the filter's destructive ultra-high frequency output directly onto the magnetic tape. Julian has turned his archival tools into a trap. He isn't handing over a confession. He is handing over a recorded trigger designed to turn the tower's massive amplifiers into a sonic weapon. When Victor presses play, the speakers unleash a deafening acoustic shriek. The sound wave hits with the force of an explosion, shattering every window in the tower inward and rupturing Victor's eardrums instantly. Julian lunges forward. He doesn't reach for the gun. He drives his tungsten blade into the heart of the spinning tape deck. The machine shorts out in a flash of electrical fire. The tape, and the only record of the murder, is instantly incinerated, reduced to white ash in the heat of the surge. The shriek dies away, replaced by the distant wail of police sirens. Julian pulls Leo up from the floor, holding his brother for the first time in a decade. Julian reaches into his pocket and pulls out the silver pocket watch. He looks at the smooth metal one last time before tossing it over the railing and watching it disappear into the rushing river below. By destroying the physical ghosts of his father's death, Julian has finally ended his own emotional paralysis. The invisible clocks have stopped, and he is finally ready to hear the present.